what makes this particular case very interesting was basically the fact that there was a lot of discussion online on whether the shirt was meant to be offensive, not meant to be offensive, but whether it was unethical and racial, or whether it was just ignorance on H&M's part and just a dumb marketing move. I think what's very confusing is whether you believe it was unethical and just a racist move on H&M's part, or whether you believe it was just a mistake and people should not be so easily to offend. The crazy thing is I think both sides are right and wrong at the same time. I mean, first of all, nobody knows really what was going on in the headquarters when they decided to make that shirt. But second of all, I mean, both options are a little beneath H&M as such a big and global brand. I mean, if they did it, in with some sort of foul intention, I mean, that's pretty dumb, and I don't think H&M would do something like that just on a business move. I mean, whether they believe it or not is irrelevant. I mean, just as a business, why would you post something that would offend millions of people and lose, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in sales? But on the flip side, how can a company as big as H&M put something like that out and nobody has, the awareness to be like, hey, maybe this shirt isn't such a great idea. It's going to be received poorly, and people are, going to see it as a racist thing. So I think that's what makes this very interesting. Is there's a big question mark on whether it was unethical or whether it was ignorance. Whereas now H&M has been in unethical, situations in the past with people, kind of accusing them of cultural appropriation, as well as their factory employees, or all that type of stuff. But this case just seems to be very confusing and a little misguided, no matter which way you kind of believe. So H&M has obviously, I think they have learned from it. I mean, their stores were trashed. The Weekend decided to stop endorsing them and things like that. But then again, also the mom of the child in the ad came out and said it was just a shirt and it wasn't meant to be offensive. So who knows? I think H&M probably learned their lesson, I would think. But whether it was unethical or just stupidity, I mean, maybe it's more so on the stupidity side, because I mean, it's H&M. We're not talking about a small brand that wouldn't know better. It's a global brand. They should know better than to post something that, even if it wasn't meant to be, unethical or offensive, it can clearly be taken that way.